Hello students, welcome back to Pathshala. Today we will discuss different types of neurons that we have in our body or in our animal's body. So we actually learned two types of neurons already, that is in our previous classes, that is the sensory neuron and the motor neuron. So there are basically different types of neurons that perform different kinds of actions. So the first one or the first type of neuron is the sensory one. The sensory neuron. Sensory neuron does what? Sensory neuron receives the signal or receives the stimuli and transmit its information to the central nervous system, and it is located beneath the different kinds of sense organs that we possess in our body. So the sensory, if we talk about the examples, so the sensory neurons are the optic nerve, olfactory, auditory, etc. So these are the optic, olfactory, auditory. Optic nerve is situated in our eye, olfactory in nose, and auditory in our inner ear. So these are the sensory neurons. Next category, we already learned that about motor neuron. So motor neurons are that kind of neurons that transmit the orders that received by the central nervous system and transmit these orders to different kinds of effector organs, or like the muscles or the glands. So the motor, if we talk about the examples of the motor neuron, so motor neuron examples are the oculomotor neuron. Then we have the spinal, accessory, etc. So oculomotor, spinal, accessory neuron, these are the motor neurons or examples of the motor neuron. Then we have third kind of neuron, that is known as the mixed neuron. Means mixed neurons have both the sensory and motor property, means it receive the stimuli as well as respond to that kind of stimuli also. So these are known as, actually they have both the sensory and motor neurons property. So that is why they are known as the mixed neurons. The examples of the mixed neurons are the vagus neuron, or the facial neuron. We have a facial neuron in our this facial part. So facial neuron. Then we have the glossopharyngeal. Glossopharyngeal is situated just in between the connection of our tongue and our pharynx portion. So this is the glossopharyngeal nerve. So these nerves are mixed in property. Another one is known as the adjuster. Adjuster neurons are basically situated in the central nervous system, and these adjuster neurons join both the sensory and motor neuron. Means the signal that the sensory receptor, if this is the receptor, then sensory neuron transmit those signal to the CNS, and CNS relay its order to the effector organs via the sensory and via this motor neuron. So the information that is transmitted by the sensory neuron and the order that received by the motor neuron that are transmitted that the order that transmitted by the motor neuron to the effector neuron. So the processing part of the means the processing of the information or the joining of these two neurons are done by the adjuster one. So basically the adjuster one processed those informations and give command to the motor neuron to transmit the order to the effector organ. So these are the different kinds of neurons that we have in animals or in our body. Thank you so much.